Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
You just love watching. I love watching them do this. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and shift and your left hands, you finish.
It's time for some more U15 basketball. This time it's Manitoba against Newfoundland and Labrador. JJ Evison back on the call with Haley Hopkinson. We want to welcome in any viewers from the 11-15 game, and if anybody was watching that Ontario-Alberta game, it was back and forth. It needed 5 extra minutes. Ontario comes out on top 85-77 in the U17s. But we turn our attention now to the U15s. Team Manitoba coming in off a 97-51 win over Saskatchewan. Meanwhile, Newfoundland and Labrador looking for their first victory as they lost by 20 points yesterday. Haley, first looks at these teams, I guess we'll get some sense as to what they're all about, but looking right now on the floor, the guys in maroon look to have the size advantage, and that's Newfoundland.
Yeah, they definitely do. And just going back to those games, Newfoundland ended up losing that game by 22 Saskatchewan as well. So it looks like coming into this, Newfoundland would be more of an underdog here just because the team that beat them by a pretty big margin, Manitoba won to by an even bigger margin. So it's going to be hard work there. Size advantage is always important, especially when Manitoba got 38 points in the paint, but they were 13 for 33 on threes in the last game. So we'll see if Newfoundland can come out with some strong three-point shooting, which would definitely help them.
Well, 6 seconds in, Manitoba have the lead. Scratch that. Newfoundland and Labrador in the maroon, moving from right to left on your screen. Manitoba in the gray jerseys, trying to answer back. The roll's not friendly enough. Rebound and put back by Osei Okiria, 6'6" power forward. Hands in the passing lanes. Terry Ogbidi comes up with it. Connor Joubert extends the lead.
That's what Manitoba seems to do in every one of their games so far, is quickly get on that scoreboard. Transition points are really their friend in these games so far.
Another steal on the defensive end. Langdon Mangaran pulls up from the elbow, in and out. Rebound corralled by Blake Lane. Lane now has it, top of the key. Double comes, is broken up. Limburner can't get the pass off. Okiria finds a teammate, one more pass. Daniel Rahm with the finish. 3 different buckets, 3 different scorers for Manitoba. Foul on the reach-in for Team Manitoba. They take the first team foul a minute and a half into this game.
On this team, you've got a lot of junior EYBL players for UPlay Canada. I saw a lot of that on Team Manitoba, so it would make sense if these guys can pretty seamlessly transition into nationals, knowing that they would have some prior experience with each other.
Blake Lane keeps, but there's a foul on the floor. Newfoundland going to get it on the baseline out of bounds. Team Manitoba in their first game against Saskatchewan was slashing 48, 40, 86, which is pretty good. In a tournament like this, turnover. Manitoba, foul called. Looks like Ian McFadden couldn't slow down his momentum. Ran right into Landon Mangaran. That'll be the second team foul on Newfoundland and Labrador.
Landon was shooting 66% from the field goal range in the first game, which was the highest percentage on Manitoba. So I'm sure he'll be taking a lot of the shots.
Deep three off the front of the iron. Rebounded and put back into the hands of Ian McFadden, and he flushes it from three. Actually, Tanner Windsor on the three-point. Apologies. Newfoundland right back the other way. Gimme that, says Manu Limburner. Out in transition, no look pass. Beautiful finish, Cody Fleming. Osei Akiria. Purple and gray. And the team in gray is Manitoba. The run out missed. Blake Lane able to corral it, push it up. The extra pass, Kane Tobin. Fouled and one opportunity. Osei Akiria just a second late on that contest.
But Kane Toppin, the one who tried to get that block there, he was the second highest scorer in their last game with 13 points, but more impressive, 8 rebounds throughout that game. He's obviously a taller guy on the team. I'm sure he'll have a big presence in the paint today, and that'll be important knowing how much Manitoba likes to get in there, or sorry, how much Newfoundland likes to get in there and score.
Daniel Rahm can't come up with another 2 points for Manitoba, who are leading by 6 here early. Another person to watch out for, Rafael Capacia for Team Manitoba. We'll let you know when he checks in. Kickball called. We'll slow things down as we approach a 3-minute mark played in quarter number 1. Manitoba looked to have the pace and the energy here early on in this game against Newfoundland and Labrador. The inside-out dribble and the monster jam. Terry Ogbeatty. Kid can get up.
Yeah, well, we know he wanted that because the first one didn't go too well, so that's his redemption, and it was perfect.
Ian McFadden working on the perimeter, gets the foul called. Drawn on Landon Mangaran. Kane Tobin travels. Unforced turnover. Manitoba back on the offensive end, up by 8. Terry Ogbeatty all the way back out. Daniel Rahm flush. Timeout called. Newfoundland and Labrador want to chat about it.
Definitely. Daniel Rahm had 18 points in the first game, and he was 4 for 6 on threes, so he's definitely off to a good start, only less than 4 minutes into this game so far. So that's a good sign, but if Newfoundland, I think this is going to be a difficult game for them just because of the past results, but they're going to have to really try to get as many points as they can on transition, make sure Manitoba isn't collapsing their defense, and, I mean, it's anyone's game right now. It's only the first quarter.
You mentioned Daniel Rahm's 18 points. That was 7 of 12 from the field, so an efficient 18. Terry Ogbeatty, number 8 for Team Manitoba, had 23 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals, so definitely a part of the heartbeat of this Manitoba squad. Well, you got to watch out for Newfoundland and Labrador. Their offensive rebounding is off the charts. 17 total offensive rebounds in their first loss to Saskatchewan. So you got to keep them off the offensive glass, and you got to beat them to the defensive glass if you're Manitoba if you want to extend this lead.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. We're here at York University Gymnasium. U15, U17 national championships taking place for the boys here in Toronto. The girls out in Newfoundland and Labrador. All games can be streamed live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. Only a handful of games will have commentary. Other games will get the sights and the sounds from the gymnasium. We'll get you caught up on all the storylines throughout the week as well. Nice cutback, Jonah Cayley. Shot off the mark. Here comes Dontre Jones traipsing down the right-hand side. Stops, elevates, off the backboard and in.
That was great patience right there.
Blake Lane loses it, gives it right away. Quick passing. Kai Becker, no good. Dontre Jones, you betcha. Second chance opportunity, Dontre Jones off the backboard yet again. Tanner Windsor stopped before crossing the timeline. Lane and Windsor playing handoff. Keeley now, all the way back up to Windsor, fakes a shot, dribbles left, spins right. Floater, no good. Rebound, corralled, Dontre Jones. Jones pushing the pace, gets it up to Becker. Becker off the mark. Jones fighting for the rebound, it finds the hands of a Manitoba teammate. 21-4 is the score. Keeley, no good. Rebounded and put back up by Manu Limbarner.
Those second chance opportunities are going to be a must for Newfoundland in this game, and we're going to see who's going to be the main one to step forward for that.
Knox Smith gives it up. Kai Becker off the front of the iron into the hands of Limburner. Limburner pushing the pace, has one beside him. Tobin, good. Over the timeline now is Rafael Capacia. On the near side, Knox Smith pulls it, nails it. Newfoundland and Labrador coming up the other way now. Tanner Windsor dancing with it on the near side, tries to put it behind his back. Limburner down to Tobin. Tobin attacking the paint, blocked by Cadge Wilms, but some contact on the way up will send Tobin to the free throw line. Foul goes on Rafael Capacia. We talked about him earlier and watching him, 2 minutes played in that game against Saskatchewan. He had 4 assists, 5 rebounds, but was 0 of 6 from the field. Imagine taking 6 field goal attempts in 2 minutes played.
That's insane. Well, he's definitely efficient. When he gets out there, he wants to attack and do the best he can. Tobin was the second highest scorer with 13 points in their last game, also grabbing 8 rebounds, so doing a little bit of everything right there.
And he nails the second from the free throw line. There comes Capacia on the near side. Picks up the dribble, might be in some trouble, throws it away. Newfoundland and Labrador out the other way with it. Blake Lane to make some decisions. Keeley blocked at the summit. Dontre Jones out ahead of the pack. But that one's corralled by Manu Limburner and sent down the court out of bounds. A little careless basketball.
Yep.
It's feeling a little chaotic.
Definitely.
23 points on the board for Manitoba. How can Newfoundland slow this team in gray down?
Well, I think this time out they're going to try to figure that out, but I think the biggest thing right here is also trying to slow them down, but playing your own game to try to get points on that board right now. It's tricky to try to stop a team in the first quarter when they're scoring this much, and you've got 3 quarters left, obviously. But I think the main thing is play smart basketball. Let's forget about the lob passes. They honestly aren't. They're not going to work. You're not going to get 6 points off of it. It's not worth it. And I think at some point we'll probably see some sort of pressure coming up on the court for when Manitoba's inbounding, and just probably a little bit more ball movement, I would say, over there.
Ball movement for sure around the perimeter. We have seen
Yeah.
quite a bit of pressure, not in this game, but in this tournament, a lot of half-court pressure. It'll be interesting to see whether or not that's a tactic that Newfoundland decides to implement.
Yeah, it just looks like Newfoundland's having trouble getting into the paint right now, but if that's not working, you kind of got to pivot, look around the borders. It doesn't have to always be a three, but just trying to get your own space, find the space on the floor, find where you're going to be able to get a good shot off and move around if it's not working. But, I mean, it's still very early in this game, so we'll see what came out of that timeout right there.
And Manitoba's percentages are a little inflated, obviously. Small sample size, 57% from the field, including 71% in the paint. They have 16 points in the paint to Newfoundland's 8. As we get back underway here, over 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Capacia on the near side gives it up to Jones. Right back to Capacia. Feet set, drives baseline. Kicks it back out to Jones. From just beneath the elbow, doesn't get it to go. McIsaac now pushing the pace, finds Hobbs, Carson Hobbs. Gives it back to McIsaac. Now it's Tanner Windsor swinging the other way. Back towards the middle. Windsor, hounded, gives it up. Kelly, flush. Good look and nice finish. Jonah Kelly.
That was perfect right there.
Jones and Capacia playing pass. Ball finds its way into the hands of Knox Smith, who completes the play for 2 points. And here's some pressure from Manitoba. Windsor able to break it. Skip pass right into the hands of a Manitoba player, Capacia, off the backboard and through. Give and go. Liam McIsaac can't get the roll to go. Out the other way, Dontre Jones ahead of the pack. Has to slow down, steps out of bounds. A little bit too much momentum for Jones. Unable to stop that big frame in time.
And 5-person substitution coming in for Manitoba right now.
Another hockey lineup change.
Yeah, very early on in this game, though.
Well, we've got 1:54 left. Let's see if this second
Yeah.
bench unit can put something together, give their team a little bit to work on in the second, third, and fourth quarters. A little bit out of control was Manu Limburner. Loses the handle. And Joe Keeley heads to the bench for Newfoundland and Labrador. Another out of bounds on Manitoba, court awareness.
Yeah. It's a big thing, and it's always going to be important, so.
Yeah, you might be able to get away with a few in a game like this where you're already up 14 in the first quarter, but you know, games later on this tournament, those possessions do matter.
Yeah.
What a block. Osei Akiria going for the alley-oop, trying to feed the good defensive effort. Akiria finishes the play, just a little lay-in on the lob pass from Mangaran.
Akirio is one of the guys that played last year as well for Manitoba. So he's got experience. I'm sure he's a big leader, taking on a big leadership role in this.
Blake Lane called for the travel before he gets the shot off. Elias Rosario Brana, number 2 for Gray, checks it in to Landon Mangaran. Into the middle of the key, Akiria, nice ball movement. Mangaran down on the block, extra pass, just off the mark. And Newfoundland and Labrador out on the run, Liam McIsaac. Cross-court pass, Windsor. Baseline, corner shooter, fakes a shot, steps in, floater, yes! Liam McIsaac.
That was a great way of taking this space and getting in that paint, not having to make every shot from outside that three.
Not forcing an offensive possession either,
Yeah.
taking what the defense gives.
And the handoff there from Julian Martin was just perfect.
Nice back cut and second chance opportunity for Cohen Kivilati. 9 points, 8 rebounds, a near double-double in game 1 for Kivilati.
Wow.
Look at the heart and the hustle on the offensive end for Newfoundland and Labrador. Bodies fried all over the ground. Ball finds Tanner Windsor. He can't compete the play. And that's an out of bounds. 0.7 on the clock. Manitoba final possession. Just enough time to inbound the ball
Yep.
and finish up the first quarter here.
Let's get a Hail Mary. Uh-oh.
Oh, and it's Newfoundland who almost gets the Hail
I was gonna
Mary.
say, I saw that ball touch his ankle.
It-
I got nervous.
It did. Referee signaled for the clock to start. Didn't start on time. But quarter number 1 comes to an end, and Manitoba lead 31-15. We'll step aside for a quick 2-minute break. Join us on the other side for more 15U basketball from here at York University. Welcome back inside York University's gymnasium. J.J. Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson. 31-15 is the lead for Team Manitoba. As we get a quick whistle here. Shot clock didn't start at the same time as the game clock, so we are making that adjustment. First quarter, Manitoba 14 second chance points. So how about the offensive rebounding and ability to get more looks after a missed look for Team Manitoba as they get a look down low right there. Cadge Wilms on the finish. Jake Drew, nice step through and one opportunity. Jake Drew, how about that turnaround?
That was amazing. That was incredible.
That's textbook footwork right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, the more points that that Newfoundland can get in transition is just only going to help them, and I think that's the key to second quarter, and as well trying to minimize those offensive rebounds that Manitoba is getting and just fight as hard as you can under that basket.
The three is pure from Leah McIsaac. The missed free throw led to an offensive rebound, kick out three, boom. You can see it on your screens. This Newfoundland team in Burgundy is a little mismatched. They're doubling the big down low, kicked out to the corner. Corner three off the backboard, rebounded by McIsaac. Now it's Drew handing it off to Blake Lane. McIsaac on the far side, working with a teammate. Ian McFadden travels. And those are the types of possessions that could really get you down. You know, you get a little bit of momentum from the 4 straight points, and then it's a turnover. You got to just work past it, possession by possession. Joubert on the far side. Rom into the key. Wilms, good. Manitoba doing a good job keeping Newfoundland on the perimeter. McFadden can't get the bucket. Capacia into the paint, floater, yes. Rafael Capacia getting on the scoreboard here. No time to waste for Jake Drew, using the body to get down low. Capacia picks up the dribble, throws the football pass out of bounds and out of the reach of Connor Joubert.
I really liked what Newfoundland was doing, doubling the center down there, because like I said earlier on, Manitoba struggled with three-point shooting in that first game, going 13 for 33. So if they can try to force them to take that shot and then fight as hard as possible to get that rebound, they should create a lot more opportunity for them to catch up in the score.
Ian McFadden showing a clinic of dribbling moves. Hands it off to Cody Fleming. Extra pass to Liam McIsaac. And McIsaac met at the summit, but a little bit of contact, so he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Quick, short minutes there for Jake Drew, number 13 in Burgundy, but he gave a good effort.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. He contributed the second he got out there.
Couple of bounces off the backboard and through for McIsaac. The second off the mark. Connor Joubert now over the timeline, working to his left, has a teammate wide open. Daniel Rahm again misses. Rebounded by Newfoundland, who are looking to push the pace a little bit here. McFadden in, finds a teammate off the backboard and through, except before that all happened, Cody Fleming traveled. So another couple of turnovers that could have been buckets.
Yeah, they can't really afford that right now, knowing that Manitoba is coming out very strong with these scorings. Cage Wilms is doing a ton for them in the paint right now.
By the way, that one misses everything. We had it wrong. It is Kai Wilms.
Kai Wilms, awesome.
Our programs did say Cage Wilms. It is Kai. We did confirm that. They got Wilms listed as a 6'10", and he looks about 6'10" out there.
I would say so.
Turnover, leaking out the other way. Daniel Rahm in alone. Floats, good.
Looks like another 5-person substitution coming in once again.
That's a Manitoba special.
Yep.
But it's the other way. Blake Lane with the pull-up jumper from just outside the paint. Connor Joubert back to Capacia. Ball finds its way to the hands of Wilms. Wilms will head to the free throw line for 2. And we do get that 5-player substitution. Well, 4 for now.
Yep.
Of course, Wilms has to shoot the free throws.
Coming in for Newfoundland and Labrador is number 11, Jonah Healy, and number 21, Kane Tobin.
Daniel Rahm leads all scorers in the game with 9. As Kai Wilms hits the first. The second off the mark, but rebounded by Ogbidi. Can't get it to go. Foul called. Cohen Kivalati bails out this Newfoundland and Labrador team who had the ball sailing out of bounds, last touch by them.
Yep.
15-point game, 6:38 remaining in the second quarter. Lots of basketball to be played. That one, an errant pass, pushed up quickly. Terry Ogbidi just lays it in. More pressure here from Manitoba. Jonah Keeley finds Blake Lane moving down the right-hand side. Back to Keeley. Hand off to Lane. Lane has time and space, pulls up from just beside the elbow, fouled on the way up. And Blake Lane will head to the free throw line for a couple. 2 points, 12 boards, 4 assists, and a steal in the opening game against Saskatchewan. I said Saskatoon, which is in Saskatchewan for Blake Lane. 1 for 5 from the field, already having more of an impact here in this game. Lane brings Newfoundland and Labrador to within 17. Good ball movement here by Manitoba. Shots up, shots good. Elias Rosario Brana, foot on the line, so that's going to be 2. Out on the run and in transition. Jonah Keeley couldn't get the ball to go down. It's Manitoba's turn. That pass off the mark, a little miscommunication there. Kane Tobin moving downhill. Moving to his left, blocked. Moving to the left, shooting with the right is a tough move. Easy for the defense to get a hand in the lane.
Yep.
Kai Becker off the front of the iron, right to the hands of Terry Ogbidi. Whip pass across the side, another 3 off the mark. And you gotta like the way the Newfoundland's keeping their pedal down. That was a good look, just didn't fall for Kane Tobin. Elias Rosario Brana now. Right into the path of Terry Ogbidi. He makes no mistake. And that's going to be a timeout. Newfoundland and Labrador. We'll step aside. We'll be right back with more second quarter action. 4:59 left to play. Manitoba U15 lead 44-25. And we're back here in the gymnasium at York University. J.J. Evison, Haley Hopkinson, streaming live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. Speaking of Canada Basketball, they are in the quarterfinal against France, currently stuck 8 with over 7 minutes to play. We'll let you know how that one ends if you're tuning in with us. Thank you. We appreciate you spending your Tuesday afternoon watching some future Canadian hoopers get it done on the national stage. It's Newfoundland and Labrador stuck here 20 against Manitoba. Julian Martin got to get it over the timeline. Instead, coughs it up. Terry Ogbidi with the pass. Elias Rosario Brana can't get it to go. Second chance, no good. We'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Elias, it looks like one of his biggest specialties is stealing and forcing those turnovers. If you're dribbling around him and you let up for 1 second, I promise you he's got it. He's with the Junior EYBL Play Canada as well, so I'm sure a lot of that comes from playing against competition there. And yeah, he was 0 for 3 for threes yesterday, but he seems to already be shooting the ball a little bit more already, so I'm sure we can expect a good performance from him today.
Martin still having a tough time getting it to the timeline, gives it up to Blake Lane with the extra pass to Kane Tobin. Down on the block, Limburner doesn't get it to go. And out the other way quickly is Manitoba. Ogbidi with the pass. Jones tries to find Ogbidi back. Instead, dribbled out of bounds. Limburner gives the ball right back to Manitoba. Rosario Brana picks up the dribble. Kivalati back to Rosario Brana from 3. Off the side of the iron. Dontre Jones steps out of bounds as he touches the ball. So Newfoundland and Labrador will get possession on their baseline. 4:15 left, stuck 21 against a very tenacious and quick team, Manitoba. Rosario Brana stepping out of bounds after stealing the ball. You just mentioned it. Don't let up for a second around him.
You cannot. You got to be sure about 100% sure about every pass you're about to make around him, because he will not hesitate, and he's quick. But I think Newfoundland has all the elements. They've done it all in this game. It's just about combining it and putting it together to 100%. And they're not far off.
Officials having a quick word about time, I suspect. Everything's settled, and we resume play. Newfoundland uses the backcourt. Windsor guarded tightly by Rosario Brana. Behind the back, Windsor, a little nifty move. Bounce pass, doesn't get to the target. Rosario Brana the other way. Pushing the pace. Ogbidi has a teammate. Givalati up and under, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
He was the lead rebounder in the first game with 8 of them, and he really does a good job of controlling that paint and directing traffic around there for his team.
We've got an update on Canada versus France. France are going to move on.
No.
80-73 the final. Well, I guess 11 seconds left to play, so Canada stuck 7 with 11 seconds. I think
SGA can do it.
that's a tough run for
That's
Canada. France is, you know, a big opponent. Shea Gill just finishes the game with 27. RJ Barrett 16. But France, I mean, Canada did a good job holding Victor Wembanyama to just 7 points. So we turn our attention fully now to the game on the court. Manitoba's 15U, Newfoundland and Labrador's 15U. Big take by Ogbidi, fouled again. So the foul's starting to pile up for Newfoundland and Labrador. They're giving this Manitoba team a lot of looks from the free throw line.
Well, who cares about the Olympics when you've got a whole week of basketball waiting for you right here?
No, absolutely. And these are players that are developing. Some of them are leaps and bounds.
You'll see them there.
And hopefully one day, a lot of these players, that's their goal, is to get to represent Canada on any national stage.
Yep. RJ Barrett was a massive part of Ontario basketball, for example.
Well, if you look at some of the other names, Josh Primo, former San Antonio Spur, right? Shaden Sharp, Portland Trailblazer. These guys played for Team Ontario. And a guy last year. Andrew Nemhard, a guy last year.
CEO of Ontario basketball.
There's, you know, the level of excellence with Ontario basketball doesn't go unnoticed. And you look at, you know, recent players for the U17 team and where they are now, moving into the States NCAA Division I, right?
Yep. A ton, male and female.
Absolutely. Nice take, but couldn't finish. Ian McFadden now above everybody else. That pass a little errant, finds the hands of McIsaac. Gets to the primary ball handler in Windsor now on the near side, directing traffic. He wants a clear lane, and he kicks it back out to the shooter. Toe on the line, no good. Rebounded and pushing the pace again. Manitoba, Daniel Rahm, leading scorer, gets that one to roll around and out. Tanner Windsor taking it all the way himself. Left hand, no good. Rebound, put back up. Can't get it to go. Another chance for Carson Hobbs. That one off the mark. Daniel Rahm, however, the other way with the up and under lay-in.
Tanner Windsor's playing a very unselfish game of basketball, and he's doing a great job trying to move that ball around, get open looks for others on the court.
McIsaac works baseline, blocking call on Landon Mangaran. Kept his feet shuffling into the path of his opponent. That's a no-no.
Shooting is number 14, Liam McIsaac.
36 of Manitoba's 52 points have come in the paint. We talked about size right off the top being a factor in this game.
Yep, definitely their strong suit.
And we've talked a couple times about that 5-person substitution. Over 2 from the line is McIsaac. And to get out and pushing the pace is Team Manitoba. Connor Joubert doesn't get it to go. Kick back out, swung around. Osei Okiria finds Mangaran. Guarded by Windsor. Gets by his primary defender. Kicked over the top. Extra pass down low. And that one not off in time. Shot clock violation, and that's got to feel like a great defensive possession for Newfoundland and
Definitely.
Labrador.
No, it totally is, and Manitoba even running a big play on them at the top of the key, or at the top of the three-point line. So I think Newfoundland defensively is really stepping it up so far. It's just about getting those shots to fall, but again, I think they've really got every key. It's just about ramping it up as much as possible. And it's obviously difficult. Manitoba's a very tall team.
Tanner Windsor into the corner. Bucket, Jonah Keeley. It's Manitoba's turn the other way now. Kick out. Knox Smith. Can't knock it down. Rebounded by Cody Fleming. McFadden pushing the pace. Keeley working to his left. Gets some relief. Gets the ball back at the three-point line. 1-2 stepping through, absorbs some contact. Call is late, but call is correct. Jonah Keeley will head to the free throw line.
He led the scoring with 20 points in the loss to Saskatchewan. So those threes are not surprising to me at all.
1 for 2 from the free throw line there is Keeley. The shot clock just getting going now. I'm not sure the referees saw that. Doesn't matter. Buckets in, Knox Smith. All of a sudden, Manitoba lead 54-29. McFadden hands it off. Windsor. Not a lot of movement in the guys in purple. McFadden on the far side. Cody Fleming shows, hands it off to McFadden. Blocked at the three-point line. And back-to-back shot clock violations.
That's the thing. You got to hope that something develops in that time when you're the one with the ball. But you got to be moving around, making cuts, doing the most you can to try to give whoever has the ball as many options as possible.
35 seconds left in the half. Manitoba doing a good job moving the ball around. Knox Smith from the far side is good. Newfoundland and Labrador. 3-second difference, shot clock, game clock. McFadden down inside, nice patience shown by Cody Fleming, who will head to the free throw line for 2.
So Knox Smith was a WYBA champion this year in the U15 division. And when researching him, a lot of his teammates and coaches just say he does the best job possible setting up great opportunities for his teammates and stuff like that. So it's great to see him taking those shots and making them because he seems to be the ultimate teammate, but still his teammates help him get the opportunities as well.
He played 36 minutes in that opening game against Saskatchewan. The 7 points we talked about. Good decision on which shots to take. 3 for 9 from the field, 33%, a little bit below his average. But he definitely impacts the game more than just scoring. That pass errant and a turnover to end the half for Manitoba. Let's see if Newfoundland and Labrador can turn that into something on the scoreboard as they trail by 27. 2 seconds left in the second quarter. Whipping it down court. Shots off, but off the mark. And Manitoba take a 27-point lead into the half. Come back shortly before third quarter action. We'll get you set with all the storylines and what to focus on in the next 20 minutes. Stick with us. We'll be back. U15, U17 Canadian National Championships right here on Canada Basketball YouTube.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, Snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shift in the left hand scoop finish. Start leading tennis, brown parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shift in the left hand scoop finish. Start leading tennis, brown parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shift in the left hand scoop finish. Start leading tennis, brown parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching these videos. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shares the left hand scoop finish. Tennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching these videos. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shares the left hand scoop finish. Tennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching these videos. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shares the left hand scoop finish. Tennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love getting up and do those. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shares to the left hand scoop finish. Arlene and Dennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
oh yeah, you just love watching. I love getting up and do those. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shares to the left hand scoop finish. Arlene and Dennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Good afternoon and welcome back. We're getting you ready for second half action. Team Manitoba leads Team leads Team Newfoundland and Labrador 57-30. U15s here in the main gym with me, JJ Everson and Haley Hopkinson. You got Daniel Rahm with 11 points, Knox Smith, 2 behind him with 9, and Terry Ogbidi with 8. And that leads the Manitoba team on the other side. Jonah Keeley, 9 points to lead Newfoundland and Labrador. A lot of scoring done in the paint because of the size difference for this Manitoba team. 27 points is a lot to overcome, Haley.
Definitely. It's going to be a challenge, but it's just about minimizing the little mistakes that could make it more challenging for you, like the turnovers, the throwing it out of bounds, stepping out of bounds. It's going to be a lot about the court awareness to not make yourself have to have a bigger challenge and have setbacks on your own aside from the score.
First look for Newfoundland and Labrador. Off the hands of Keeley. That one misses. Now it's Manitoba the other way. They've been excellent in transition, and that trend continues. Osei Okiria finishing off the play. Tanner Windsor. Blake Lane working on a primary defender, gets around him, 1-2 steps, looking for the pass, maybe should have shot. There's a push in the back, side out of bounds. And you can see this Manitoba team, as soon as the ball is rebounded by anyone in gray, everybody else, hips turn, running down the court. Keeley gives it up to Windsor. Directing traffic now, wants to clear out a couple of bodies. Windsor works to his left, kicks it out. Blocked. And out on the run, Terry Ogbidi, a lay-in, 4 points in the quarter for Ogbidi. Windsor checking his blind spots, works into the paint, kicks it out. Keeley off the mark. Rebound, Newfoundland and Labrador, second chance. That pass off the mark, able to corral it. Kane Tobin, and then throws it away. Here comes Manitoba on the run again. Ogbidi, violent pass. Travel called. Daniel Rahm shuffling the feet. That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, right? That Manitoba's just so quick with it. It's like they know their next two moves before they even make the one they're on right now. And they're just absolutely suffocating Newfoundland, it seems like, right now.
Blake Lane loses it. It's going to go Manitoba. One more game on the slate today from this gymnasium and from the field house as well. You can expect Nova Scotia to take on New Brunswick following this game. That shot off the mark. And that'll be a turnover. So no harm, no foul on the previous turnover for Newfoundland and Labrador as they try and cut into this 31-point lead held by Manitoba. Blake Lane, Tobin from deep, bottom. Pushing the pace is Manitoba again. Foul's going to be called on Blake Lane. A reach in. Well, that'll slow Manitoba down, but it doesn't take the ball out of their hands.
Yeah, no, it was right idea, try to intercept that pass, and I think it's just very clear to see that Kane Tobin has been all over the court this entire game, always putting 100% of his effort in. There's no doubt about that.
Lane Mangaron into the paint, extra pass, Ogbidi, yes. This has been Terry Ogbidi's quarter.
Definitely. No, he's a very dominant player.
Newfoundland and Labrador with the quick turnaround, Kane Tobin. Puts a quick 2 on the board. Extra pass, Ogbidi again, yes, easy lay-in. Newfoundland and Labrador had 3 players up near the timeline trying to pressure, and that backfired. Charging down the lane and missing. Manitoba out the other way. 1-2 step, easy lay-in for Connor Joubert, and that'll cause a timeout for Newfoundland and Labrador as we step aside for 60 seconds. We'll be right back with more third quarter action from the 15 and 17U National Championships here in Ontario. Welcome back inside the York University Gymnasium. U15 Team Manitoba have a 67-34 lead over Newfoundland and Labrador. It's Tanner Windsor on the near side, number 4 in burgundy. Gives it up to Jonah Keeley from 3. That one rims around twice, falls out into the hands of Tobin. And Tobin just dribbles it out of bounds. One of those turnovers that Newfoundland and Labrador were looking to squander.
Definitely. But it seems like in this third quarter, they've really tried to push those transition plays and be really quick in their offensive zone. Hasn't totally paid off just yet, but I'm sure it will.
Another 2 points for Terry Ogbidi. He's got to have at least 10 in the quarter.
Yeah.
Just absolutely dominant down low.
Yeah, he just does a really great job at always making himself open, and he's very comfortable with that ball too, dribbling it in. And everything, he's very versatile.
Ian McFadden gets the lucky bounce right into his hands, right in front of the basket, able to put it in for 2 points. Manitoba moving the ball well. Ogbidi passes it down low. Daniel Rahm can't complete the play. Off the backboard into the hands of Newfoundland, pushing the pace. Windsor gets fouled on the way up, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Manitoba's number 1, Landon Mangura. Shooting for Newfoundland and Labrador is number 4, Tyler Windsor. Shooting 2.
Windsor's done a really great job throughout this game, distributing the ball to those who are open and trying to get open looks for his teammates. But not a whole lot of opportunity for him offensively in this one.
Ogbidi with 8 points in the quarter.
Wow.
So doing
Well,
a
I'm
little
sure we'll
research.
see, what, 16 is my guess?
Well, we still have the clock at 5:45 now.
Yep.
There he is under the basket. Loses the handle off the knee and out of bounds. Tried to go up with it before he even got it in his hands, and that'll create.
Or no, that is, no.
Dontre Jones.
Yep.
So Ogbidi slipped off the court during that last set of free throws as we were doing some research. Julian Martin hands it off. Jake Drew had some good minutes in the first half. Liam McIsaac to Drew now. Drew plays at his own pace, gets to the hoop, can't get it to go. And that last touch to burgundy jersey. Team Manitoba baseline out of bounds. No pressure here from Newfoundland and Labrador.
No.
They're focused on their half-court defense. Rosario Brana pulls it, drains it.
I like the idea of the half-court defense because if it was full court, there's just too much opportunity for one of their taller players to slip in the back and just do that easy layup that they've been loving this whole game.
Limburner with a baseline floater. Rosario Brana hands it off, gets it right back, just inside the three-point line, off the left rim, rebounded and put back by Kai Williams. Kai Wilms doesn't get it to go, still fighting for it underneath. Newfoundland and Labrador have it the other way. Julian Martin, Drew, travel called, turnover. And we talked about the need to limit those types of possessions, Haley.
Yep.
But they're still bleeding into this game for Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah, it's tricky. Because all these guys definitely have that basketball IQ. It shows when it plays. It's just a little bit of carelessness that slips in at certain plays when you maybe think it's over or just beginning, but it just, oh.
Kai Wilms throws one up, doesn't get it to go. Liam McIsaac working on the near side. Past two defenders, foul called on Kai Wilms. Third personal for Kai. Floater in the middle of the lane, can't fall. Drew comes away with the loose ball. Extra pass. Cody Fleming, that's good for two. Rosario Brana over the timeline. Gives it up, Dontre Jones, nice step through. looking for a teammate, puts it back on the deck, then goes up, fouled on the way up by Jake Drew. Dontre Jones to the line for a pair.
Foul called for Newfoundland and Labrador's number 13, Jake Drew. Shooting for Manitoba, number 13, Dontre Jones.
It's a 30-point game now, 3:31 left in the third quarter. Dontre Jones at the line. Missed the first, has a chance to extend the Manitoba lead here on the second, and does.
Second shot is good. Dontre Jones.
Julian Martin bringing the ball up the court for Newfoundland and Labrador. Gets time and space. Passes to the corner. Liam McIsaac, extra pass, clogging up the middle of the paint. Julian Martin now with it on the near wing. Handoff to Limburner. Limburner finds McIsaac, and they're out of time on the shot clock. It's blocked by Kai Becker. Good perimeter defense there shown by Team Manitoba.
Definitely. 5 players again. I love this. That's awesome. I feel like that shows a good amount of trust, and
It absolutely does.
yeah, I'm sure they've worked out during training camp which 5 work best together, and sometimes it's easier to get a whole new lineup out there than pick apart one piece.
Terry Ogbeedy steps back on the floor, but underneath the basket it was Knox Smith looking to put one back. This is a dangerous lineup for Manitoba. Landon Mangaran, Daniel Rahm, Knox Smith, Terry Ogbeedy, Cohen Kivalati. Nice step-in jumper from Mangaran. Drew playing give and go with Martin. Martin tween, working to the right. Hounded now at the timeline. Got to get it to an open teammate, and does. McIsaac down low, extra pass. Beautiful basketball there by Newfoundland and Labrador that results in 2 points for Manu Limburner.
That is definitely impressive, because that defensive pressure that just came up almost caused them to turn it over at the half.
McIsaac gets a finger on it, is out on the run. Right-handed scoop finish a little too tough. Martin following it up. And that's why you follow up your teammates' layups, folks,
Yep.
on the run. Ogbeedy with a toe on the line, that one long. Last touched by Team Manitoba, so Newfoundland and Labrador get the ball back.
Substitution for Newfoundland and Labrador. Number 9, Carson Hobbs, and number 12, Peter Drew. Big away, Manitoba.
Carson Hobbs checks in. Number 9 in burgundy. Liam McIsaac heads to the bench for a breather. But it's Martin now with it. Julian Martin to his left. Gives it up to Jake Drew. Drew has a smaller defender. Good footwork, stolen. Knox Smith has no one ahead of him. Rises and gets the lay-in to go. And just like that, Newfoundland and Labrador have it back into play. Working with his back to the basket, getting up and under, Peter Drover. Nice looking bucket.
That was perfect. The pace of this game just seemed to have completely picked up a little bit.
Knox Smith in and out, rebounded. Cohen Kivalati. That pass a little errant, intended for Terry Ogbeedy. Newfoundland and Labrador come away with it. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Julian Martin, that pass. Stepping out of bounds to try and save it was Manu Limburner. We are under the minute mark of the third quarter here at York University's gymnasium. Team Manitoba lead the Newfoundland and Labrador team 76-47, all 15U and 17U national championship teams here in Toronto. The boys anyway, the girls out in Newfoundland and Labrador. Travel called on Landon Mangaran. So Team Manitoba will have to wait another possession to look to add to their lead. We want to thank those tuning in on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. All the action from both provinces, 15U, 17U National Championships streaming live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. We are here for a handful of games. Most games you'll get the sights and the sounds. Right now, Newfoundland and Labrador cough it up. Manitoba able to save it, but stepping out of bounds at the very last second. Mangaron coughs it back up.
Today seems to be a little bit more of an issue with these out-of-bounds lines, I've noticed. I didn't think it was too apparent on Monday, but today.
Always got to be aware of where you are on the court.
Yeah.
Julian Martin, 2 seconds on the shot clock, puts it up from just beside the timeline. That's off the mark, rebounded by Newfoundland and Labrador. Carson Hobbs, but then out the other way, Team Manitoba. A little indecisiveness led to another bucket from Terry Ogbidi. Now has 18 in the game. Good defensive hands there by Daniel Rahm to swat that away from Peter Drover, who looked like he was about to pull up for a shot.
Yeah.
6.8 left in the quarter, 78-47. Team Manitoba leads.
It's a good chance to go into the fourth quarter with a positive mindset, maybe grabbing a quick bucket here.
Instead, they turn it over. Manitoba on the run. Is there time? There is not. That's a nice finish from Terry Ogbidi, but not before the buzzer.
Yep.
78-47 is the score here after 3 quarters. Team Manitoba leads. Newfoundland and Labrador come back for 10 more minutes of basketball here. We'll step aside shortly and be right back with you. Ten more minutes on the clock between Team Manitoba and Newfoundland and Labrador. Terry Ogbidi leading all scorers in the game with 18 to go along with 6 points and 6 rebounds. So 4 rebounds, 4 assists shy of that triple-double that's always so elusive. Here he is with the pass to the corner. Shooter's going to shoot. That's another assist for Ogbidi. And a 3 made by Rafael Capacia. So we are officially on triple-double watch.
Yep.
Good ball movement, nice handoff. Smacked away by Osei Okiria.
You've got to think in a game like this with the score like that going into the fourth quarter, that's a great opportunity for Manitoba to run through plays, be a little more strategic with how they're playing instead of just trying to run that score up totally, like they're how they were attacking in the first half.
Deep 3 off the front of the iron from Mangaron. Rebounded, sent to the far side now. Daniel Rahm chooses to pull it and nails it. Daniel Rahm up to 14 points on the game. Julian Martin calling for the screen, ignores it. Backs up, eyes up his defender, hands it off. Manu Limburner turns it over. There's another assist. Ogbidi, 2 assists shy of the double-double. I think he was expecting that one back, maybe even off the backboard. Wouldn't that have been something?
Yep.
Drew now working in the paint. Ogbidi with the swat. Drew gets the rebound, puts it right back up. Jake Drew resilient on the offensive glass. Ogbidi thought about it, gives it back up. Comes to the near side now. Rom, Ogbidi, extra pass. Another assist and one opportunity for Osei Akiria. And all of a sudden, Terry Ogbidi is one assist shy of a double-double.
Shooting for Manitoba, number 10, Osei Akiria. Shooting 1.
And Okiria completes the three-point play. Manitoba pushes their lead to 40. Newfoundland and Labrador, handoff, give and go. Looking for the pass, far side. Nice extra pass, good ball movement. Results in a good bucket for Peter Drover. Could it be the assist that gets him the double-double? It is not. Shots off the mark for Daniel Rom. And you got to think the way that this Manitoba team's playing now, they're aware of what's at stake for Ogbidi. Kick ball, stoppage of play.
Kicking the ball, violation. Newfoundland and Labrador with the ball.
Corner, fake, up and under, blocked. Rebound corralled by Limburner. Another extra pass, good hustle on the defensive end. Too much contact on the body. Daniel Rom called for the foul. Peter Drover head to the line for a pair.
Daniel Rom, his third personal foul. Shooting is Newfoundland number 12, Peter Drover. Shooting 2. First one's good.
Drover goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Manitoba's turn to get it set up in the half court. You see them playing really high, trying to bring out Newfoundland and Labrador's defense. There's the pass to the corner. Shots off the mark. Rebound. Juggled. Foul's going to be called on Terry Ogbidi for a push. Newfoundland and Labrador get possession.
Yep.
That's his first of the game. Talk about playing disciplined.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but keep kicking it out to that corner. I think it's clear that he's hunting for that assist.
Well, Daniel Rom's there with his hands ready in the shooting position.
Yep.
And the way the ball's coming off the fingertips of Ogbidi, you know it's right in the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Rafael Capacia, nice hustle on the way back from Tanner Windsor to make up for the pass that turned the ball over. Love to see that hustle from a player. You know, you might be stuck
Totally.
more points than you can score in a quarter here with 7 minutes remaining, but you don't give up on any
No,
play.
never. Because it's always a good opportunity to get more experience playing against a team that at this point might be a little bit better than you and testing your abilities against them.
Not to mention who's in the gymnasium. Maybe there's a scout.
Exactly.
Right?
I've seen some clipboards out here. I'm trying to eavesdrop. What are you guys writing down?
Windsor directing traffic. On the near side here, Limburner. Lefty scoop, righty scoop, no good. Kicks it to the corner. Tobin off the front of the iron, rebounded. Okira. Got to get it over the timeline. Calmly does. Capacia on the near side. Deep three off the mark. Windsor between the legs, pulls up from the elbow. That one's way off. Last touched by Newfoundland and Labrador. Here comes the infamous 5-player swing for Team Manitoba. You call it the hockey change.
Yep. Well, that's great. Everyone getting great amount of playing time today, preparing for the rest of the tournament. Got a lot more to go.
That pass almost stolen. Corner 3 off the mark. Coming away with the rebound was Zaria Bana. And that one sails out of bounds. Ian McFadden checks back in for Newfoundland and Labrador. He has the ball now over the timeline, working on his primary defender who's up in his grill. Limburner finds Tobin. Nice cut from Fleming. Fleming up and under, gets the roll. Good cut, good find. Knox Smith moves left, finishes right. Beautiful finger roll. Ahead of the pack, Tobin stepping under the basket, up and under. Nice reverse layup.
That was a great finish right there.
Quick back and forth. Deep 3, that one rims out. Right into the hands. Dontre Jones, charge.
Wow. Never given up. I love the attitude from this Newfoundland squad right now.
Absolutely, Cody Fleming with the feet set, draws the contact, gets the charge.
Yep.
Timeout on the floor, Team Manitoba lead at 91-57, just over 5 minutes remaining in this game. And what we've learned about these teams is that Manitoba is deep and they like to run. And the Northwest, or Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, just resilient, not
Very
giving
resilient.
up, regardless of the score, want to be competitive.
Yeah, and this game honestly just seemed to get away from them a little bit too early in the game, but that doesn't mean that this is going to happen every single time. These two teams could play again tomorrow and the result could be completely different. Just based on Newfoundland's attitude, resilience, they're clearly a great squad coached by great coaches who obviously taught them well.
60 points of the 91 scored by Manitoba are in the paint. They lead the second chance points category by 6. And their bench has outscored Newfoundland's bench by 20.
Well, that's the thing. What really is Manitoba's bench here? Right?
All 12 players have touched the floor.
Exactly.
Actually, we should check that. All 12 players, in fact, have touched the floor. Only one held scoreless.
Yeah, it's just difficult to see Manitoba's weak spot at this point. I mean, a few turnovers here and there throughout the game definitely didn't help, which in a game against a different opponent could really come out to hurt them.
Cody Fleming gives it up. Ball finds its way to the hands of Liam McIsaac. One extra pass. Ian McFadden off the mark. Rosario Brana slows things down, gives it up. Jones. Rosario Brana steps in. Extra pass. Far side, wide open 3 off the iron. Rebounded by Kai Wilms. Rosario Brana now takes it back out. Another deep 3. This one, nothing but nylon. And Kai Becker, the only Manitoba player who was scoreless, now has 3 points. So every Manitoba player to touch the floor has scored.
That's fantastic.
Good defensive hands. Travel called on Dontre Jones. Got a little excited. Saw the 2-on-1 developing. Forgot to put the rock to the hardwood.
Yeah.
Liam McIsaac guarded by Knox Smith. Gets it into Peter Drover. Ian McFadden now travels with it. So back-to-back travel turnovers. And that's just a little bit of complacency, maybe a little fatigue at this point. It's a 40-minute game. Got to play all 40 minutes. Rosario Brana shouting out the play. The handoff, extra pass. Ball finds its way to Dontre Jones. Pass to Rosario Brana, that one's off the iron. Leaping over everybody was Peter Drover for that rebound. He wanted that one.
Yeah, right, that's a great way to make sure no one grabs that from you.
Manu Limburner going downhill, absorbs the contact as he elevates, so he'll head to the free throw line for a pair. As Newfoundland and Labrador make another pair of substitutions, Julian Martin comes back in, while Carson Hobbs has to wait for the free throws to be attempted. Limburner gets the friendly bounce. The second, another friendly bounce.
Coming in for Newfoundland and Labrador, number 9, Carson Hall.
Three and a half minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Team Manitoba, Team Newfoundland and Labrador. And that one just coughed up and out on the run. Peter Drover loses it. It will stay possession of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Newfoundland and Labrador on the attack.
Martin gives it up. Hobbs gives it away. Out on the run, Knox Smith. And Knox Smith throws that one up errantly. Martin diving forward on the ground. Last touched by Rosario Brana of Manitoba. So Burgundy, Newfoundland and Labrador will have possession. And this game turning into a little bit of chaos. Each team looking to stay grounded. Dontre Jones fouled by Peter Drover. Foul occurs 95 feet away from your own basket.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. But with 3 minutes left, hopefully it doesn't affect him too much for closing out this game, but
Close to an 8-second violation there. Corner three put up, Knox Smith knocks it down. Smith up to 16 points in this game. 2.5 remaining. Manitoba lead 97-59 over Newfoundland and Labrador. Stepping in, kicking it back out to Martin. Martin takes the three, off the backboard, then the iron. Quick ball movement. Dontre Jones draws the foul. Cody Fleming called for the block.
Foul ball to Newfoundland and Labrador is number 10, Cody Fleming. His first personal foul.
Manitoba set to make another substitution here at the next available opportunity. This time only 3 players coming in. So coach
Substitution for Manitoba, number 3, Coleman Kivalasi.
making a little bit of a change.
And number 11, Connor Jover. Make the way to the goal.
Little Jimmy from Rosario Brana, good.
yeah, he's having himself a great game today.
8 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, impacting on both sides of the floor.
Yep.
Playing tenacious defense is Brana. Travel called on Julian Martin.
Traveling violation. Manitoba with the ball now.
Manitoba 1 point away from the century mark. Only a handful of teams have been able to do that in the 40 minutes played under the FIBA rules. So these are hybrid rules, however. Capacia. Rosario Brana right into the hands of Newfoundland and Labrador. Pushing the pace. Julian Martin accepts the pass into the paint. 1-2 step floater. Yes! That's a good looking bucket
Definitely. The quick transition ones, they've been looking really good this entire game. And I think that's something that they're going to want to take into the next game they go into and try to implement that a little bit earlier on in the games, and they should have a different outcome.
Guvalati into the corner. Nice move to get open on the baseline. Can't get the finish. Was Capacia. Julian Martin the other way. That pass off the mark. Ahead of the whole pack. Couple of Manitoba players keeping, missing, but then the rebound corralled by Capacia off the Elias Rosario Brana miss. Cross-court pass, Liam McIsaac gives it up. Peter Drover into the lane. Yes, the floater off the backboard and through. 30 seconds remain in this game between Manitoba and Newfoundland and Labrador. Ball movement from one side to the other is textbook. Rebounded and out on the run. Newfoundland and Labrador. Stepping out of bounds was Carson Hobbs. And one could expect Manitoba simply to inbound the ball and dribble this one out, Haley.
Yep, I'd agree, but I mean, full credit to Newfoundland. They never once looked like they lost their spirit, had a bad attitude, or anything like that, even though they were trailing from the beginning, I believe. But all this is experience, and you can adjust based off of this game for the rest of nationals. That maybe if the competition is also a little bit more difficult than Manitoba, they'll know exactly what they need to do right off the bat to be able to come out with a win.
Terry Ogbeedy leads Team Manitoba to another victory. They are now 2-0 on the tournament after defeating Saskatchewan yesterday. Newfoundland and Labrador today. Ogbeedy had 18 points on 8 of 12 from the field, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 steals. That is a stat line if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more U15 boys basketball here at the York University Gymnasium coming up 3:45. It's Nova Scotia versus New Brunswick in Pool B, and that will round out competition for Tuesday. 4 more games on the slate tomorrow, and we'll be here all week long calling the 15U and 17U boys national championships. For Haley Hopkinson, I'm JJ Evanston. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and enjoy all the basketball coming at you live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
You just love watching. I love That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and